Now, when did The Dark Knight come out?
2008.
2008. Yeah. Holy cow. So 2008 and The Dark Knight, and by now we're all just like, please don't keep us waiting.
I know. It's just like, so you've seen the first one and you're going, oh my God, that was like the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Nothing can top this.
You know? And then you're waiting for the second one knowing that it's going to have the Joker in it.
Oh my
You know, because at
God.
the end of Batman Begins, Gordon gives Batman the Joker card. So, you know, obviously there's a second movie and it's going to have the freaking Joker in it.
I don't know how I felt about Heath Ledger's casting as Joker, because at this stage he was the leading guy of everything. You know?
That's right.
I mean, I love Heath Ledger, and I loved him in 10 Things I Hate About You. I loved him in A Knight's Tale. I loved him in every single movie he's ever been in. Because he's just the essential, the quintessential leading man. Speaking of leading man, I hadn't finished about this one thing. Christian Bale, extremely, yes, thank you very much. You can continue being Batman now. You are yum. And I, by the way, interestingly enough, just a little tidbit, have never ever actually watched his other character with Batman letters in it, Bateman. Patrick Bateman, based on American Psycho, based on the book written by Bruce Easton Ellis, which I read and had to vomit and throw the book away from me. It is disgusting, the book. Damn. And my favorite actor played that character. Kudos to Christian Bale of how good he is. I love him, but yeah, no. So, but Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, oh yes. Now, Heath Ledger as the Joker?
Right.
What? That's insane. No way.
But then you start seeing the artwork every now and then.
Yes,
you go, okay, wow.
It was when I saw the artwork that's like, oh my God, this is a real crazy here. More than, Jack Nicholson's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is, I loved the artwork, I remember. That was all just wonderful, without it making it cartoonish. How do you make the Joker's cartoonish ways that has always been portrayed into something so sinister that it's like, ooh, this is why people actually are scared of clowns. So now in The Dark Knight, everyone is running scared of Batman, right? So what has been achieved?
Right.
So Batman has established his connection with Gordon, who is not commissioner yet. So he's established that he's got a connection.
Right.
And now the main changes in The Dark Knight are this: Rachel Dawes.
Yes.
Katie Holmes is no longer Rachel Dawes.
Yeah.
By the way, at this stage, I really need to state that one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Batman Begins. And it's said by Rachel Dawes in the hotel entrance. It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.
Yeah.
And then when Batman says it, it's more effective. And that's one of my favorite quotes ever. So now...
Because, no, it's more effective because it's how Rachel realizes
that's
it's Bruce.
Right.
You know? That's why it's like, oh, shit, that was heavy.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know we said we weren't going to do any spoilers, but everything we've talked up to
well,
now.
hopefully they watched Batman Begins and stuff, so they know now.
I mean, we're just going under the assumption that
everyone
has seen this.
Because this is art.
Yeah,
you
and everyone who's listening to this is here because they have seen it.
Okay. So they just want our take on it, right? Yeah. Okay, so back to it. Now, you have said this perfectly about the casting of Rachel Dawes in The Dark Knight.
Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Yes, Gyllenhaal. So many people get that wrong.
I don't even know if
it is right. You're saying it right.
But there's a thing in there that I kind of keep.
Whatever. Anyway, it's Maggie. Maggie of that name, but we attempt to pronounce it, so they should be able to pronounce our names too.
But,
anyway.
I mean, the change is perfect.
Yes.
You know?
Because you described that perfectly, because I still hadn't made up my mind about it until what you said, is that for the time and for the growth now, and now who Rachel would be at this age, she's a really assured woman now. She's no longer a young woman.
Yeah, and I don't think Katie Holmes would have pulled it off. She was perfect for Rachel Dawes in Batman Begins.
As a younger woman,
that's right.
and then a young 20s woman. But now they're in their mid-30s, I think. And Maggie Gyllenhaal, has that sort of jaded, sassy, unafraid, but still a beautiful, feminine.
More believable, right?
More believable as like a DA, you know. She's not afraid of these people that she's, because she has had to live through it all. And so she says too, what a wonderful character. I really love Aaron Eckhart as...
That's what I always forget
Harvey
about
Dent.
Dark Knight, that Harvey Dent's in it.
What a wonderful, wonderful portrayal of psychotic madness and what can drive it. So, because what you and I really love about Dark Knight is this: the Joker just is So they're saying in the movie it's the result of Batman, right?
Yeah.
So this is now because so crime has stopped. Crime has stopped, but the psycho it hasn't stopped really,
No.
but it's got them scared.
Yeah.
It has got them being a bit more harder to catch, maybe, because they're all hiding from the Batman,
That's right, yeah.
But it's also creating a new kind of psycho.
Yeah.
And here we go. He's around. Now, when did he come around? If Gordon has already given the card to Batman at the end of Batman Begins,
Yeah.
that means they were born at the same time. That means that the Joker was born first, and therefore Bruce knew he had to come into his calling.
Yeah.
I cannot live with this, with what they're saying in The Dark Knight, that it is the result of the Batman.
Yeah, right. Because what you're saying, I never really thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow.
It is the result of apathy that evil is grown. And because of that evil comes a savior. And that's why Bruce had to step into his calling. And evil led him to it. Evil always, so, how in Batman Begins, how he gets to his power, right? This is incredible, what I see now as we watch it more and more. It's like, oh my gosh. It was always evil that existed, and that's why it's apathy that creates evil, and that's why the savior has to come. Because the guilt that Bruce carries on him, that it's because of him, the Joker, it's terrible. Yeah. He carries this guilt on him because this is what human beings are told all the time. But the subliminal message here is that, Bruce came into being because evil existed.
That's right.
It happened to his parents. Because no one did anything, it always takes something drastic to galvanize people for a while only. But everybody needs that savior. That's where God comes into it, the God complex. But, so, everyone's blaming Bruce. Everyone's down to Alfred, right? Yeah. Everyone's blaming the Batman for the appearance of the Joker. But hello, as I have just stated, excuse me, I don't think so. Anyway, okay, so now it's, and Bruce is more assured of himself. He's, absconding with the Russian ballet. And that was just done because he's also kind of human. He's actually, a little bit jealous because Maggie, the woman he will give everything up for once he clears the scum, And this is the one thing that was said. This is a wonderful. So okay, we'll give ourselves a break. Best quote and best scene, because the scenes in Dark Knight that could take all of my top 10.
Best quote. You want to go first?
Okay, I don't know if this is the best quote, but I really really like when Maroney says to him, "They're on to you. You've got rules," But then I also think about that and think, okay. He'll break you really bad, and he'll keep breaking you, and he's going to break you and break you and break you. That's Batman. Yeah. He will be relentless in breaking you. Do whatever you want to him, he will break you. To the very end, you will say, please, just kill me. Yeah. Nope. He's just going to keep breaking you because he's not going to kill you. He wants you to go kill yourself. And that's why the scenes we chose for Batman Begins actually really tell something about ourselves ourselves, which we'll share outside of the recording time. So, okay, what's your best quote then?
Well, Joker.
Oh my gosh. So is that okay? No. What's your best scene then?
I hate you.
I'm sorry.
This is. I think. I said all my top 10 scenes are in the Nolanverse.
Yes.
All my top 10 scenes are in the Dark Knight.
I have to say I can't say that because we haven't talked about Dark Knight Rises and Selena. No. So, okay, your top scene. Okay, no, all right.
Okay, that's, I'm gonna say when the bike disengages from
the Batpod comes out, right, okay.
The Batpod comes out of the tumbler.
Okay.
That was just, I didn't expect it. That was just the coolest thing I ever saw the way it came out. I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now? It was insane. And I love the tumbler, by the way.
I know, darling, that's your favorite car. Yeah. That would be your car if you had a car.
Yeah. That was my favorite scene.
Okay.
But there's so many.
There's so many. I don't know how to pick this because my favorite scene then, you know what? This is a cop-out favorite scene because we can't say my top 5 scenes in The Dark Knight. Yeah. We're giving ourselves a challenge, so we're copping out. Yeah. Because my favorite scene is also the Batpod when it goes up the wall, when
Yeah.
he's, has to reverse, and there's no reversing. He just goes up the wall, turns around, comes back. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, that was
Because
insane.
how can we talk every single scene Heath Ledger is in as the Joker, he eats.
Yeah. Okay, favorite Joker scene.
Okay, let's go with that then. Oh, come on. Oh my God. We may need to pause to really get our thoughts on this because...
I've got one already.
Okay.
Clapping in the cell.
Okay.
That was just like, okay.
Oh, this is hard.
He's got a fucking plan right now.
Okay.
And that's when you realize
Oh my God.
there's something wrong here. He set this all up.
My favorite scene, Joker scene then, okay, this is really difficult because and I know how much you love this scene and you know how much I love this scene because I gave you a theory about Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh, yes.
So it's really difficult for me to choose a scene, so I'm going to talk about the theory and then we can cheat and talk about this scene.
Yeah.
But then my favorite Joker scene is when he's by Harvey Dent's bedside.
Oh, that was...
And he's like, sorry.
Yeah.
It's terrible to laugh because Heath Ledger was so consumed by this portrayal.
That was a very good imitation, by the way.
I'm sorry about that too.
I'm going to have to listen to that again.
Whoopsies. But he, because he didn't mean to do that.
I know.
He didn't actually do that. We're not giving spoilers away, but he didn't mean to do that to Harvey.
No, I mean, like, we've already come to spoilers.
Harvey wriggled around.
Yeah.
He wasn't meant to have done that to Harvey.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's more, oh God, look. That entire scene is so psychotic.
And Aaron Eckhart to play it.
Yes.
It was brilliant.
That
And
entire
just
scene.
two psychopaths.
Yes.
Just talking. This is how psychos talk to each other. With guns.
Oh my God, it was psychotic. It was brilliant. I'm just horrified and like, oh my God, this is art. This is incredible. Beautiful. And I miss Heath Ledger. I don't even know Heath Ledger and I miss Heath Ledger. What a beautiful, he had to disengage himself from himself to play pure evil because actually now we have to talk about what Alfred says. And this is what you and I especially love about Christopher Nolan's Joker. That we hated about the Joker portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
There is no backstory to why this person exists because I've told you why it exists, because of apathy. Yeah. Evil exists because of apathy, because of what Alfred says when he's recounting his story. And this is where we find out that, so Alfred was a bit of a lad going and doing mercenary things, and this is where people who are already au fait and know the canon go, oh my God, we've always known Alfred was with the SAS and was like top secret and was like major kick-ass. Yeah. Excuse me, you people are late to the party. So now we know that Alfred was doing something. So he's telling the story about the bandit and the rubies, right? Do we want to say this quote now?
Yeah, why not?
Some men just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
And that is the truth. And you know why? Because some people are just content to just not do anything. And when they see that people are doing, let them be. Yeah. People are too afraid to take the responsibility of telling someone that is not the way you should be. Because people don't tell me what to do. Well, okay. Because that's the other thing. We all get tired of being accused of being a certain way. Now we're going to talk about what my theory was. And I have to confess that I have seen this theory also. Because, and this is where it primarily comes from, this theory about the Joker that I read. I think it was in Cracked magazine, which is absolutely fantastic. That the Joker was actually a CIA interrogator.
Yeah, wow.
That's why there's no record of him. No one can find. And he's always just a little bit ahead because no one knows who he is. And the differing stories he tells, we don't know how he became who he is. We don't know who he is. It's wonderful storytelling. It just makes you go, oh. So at least we have one, so to satisfy so we know who Harvey Dent is.
Yeah.
Okay? We can tell how he became who he is. But the Joker, wow. So the theory is that he is a CIA interrogator.
You told me this theory.
And doesn't it fit? And this is where it fits most of all, because in this scene that is pure beauty, except for the fact that I don't like the portrayal as the black mafia to be the overly emotional ones, but they're frankly sick of being, suppressed by these white people and now these evil people. Now, damn Batman, come on, man, so. Because the one major glaring fault in Nolanverse is the lack of multicultural representation.
Female also.
Yes, female and multicultural. Very big, very big. Except when he does cast as the women, he gets it right.
Yeah.
So
kick ass.
but that doesn't answer for the fact that where are all the women?
Yeah.
Where are all the nurses? Where are all the women cops? Where is everyone?
Yeah.
So this is weird. It's interesting considering his partner is also a major part of his creative team or whatever. Anyway, so in this scene, because the mafia have all been there, all hiding, and he just comes in unafraid, whatever, just parodying the idea of the Joker.
Yeah.
Fucking love. I shouldn't talk about this scene. I just want to talk about my theory here. I love this scene so much because the audacity to come into a room full of bad people and know that you are the baddest motherfucker here, okay? Because you don't give a shit, and they don't actually know that right now. So talk to them in the language they know, money, okay? So that's someone who knows how to manipulate. And then he's talking to the TV because there's not a main character, but a pivotal character.
Yeah.
So Lau, right? The accountant. And so he looks at Lau and goes, yeah, I know a squealer when I see one.
Yeah.
And that's like, ping, CIA interrogator.
Yeah.
That's it. Love that theory. Love it, love it, love it.
And in the interrogation room at the police station.
Yep.
Yeah.
He tells Batman, never start with the face. And it's like, yeah, because Batman's not an interrogator.
No.
He's not here to interrogate. He just knows you're doing bad shit. He's going to shut you down.
Yeah.
And, the lawyers and all that will do the job.
Yeah.
So, because Bruce doesn't want to be judge and jury. He's just going to come and shut you down with the truth, kind of thing. So, yeah, but Dark Knight, Heath Ledger rightfully won the Best Supporting Actor for his, posthumous. Which, yes, he deserved it, but I also feel awards should not be given like that. There should have been a special award given to Heath Ledger for his body of work and for his devotion to his craft so much, because this is what actors have to do. They have to absolutely disengage and detach from who they are. And he knew in order to do it, he needed to tap into reserves that he doesn't have naturally. Because the natural self will go, fuck, I don't know what evil is, but okay. Cool, I'll play it like this. You've got to disengage, detach. A good actor can. So he did it, and he couldn't come back. He couldn't come back. Because, well, he couldn't. Well, we know he couldn't. We know he didn't. It may have been accidental, but is it? Was it? Oh, God. Maybe he understood something about the world through his portrayal of the Joker because of that wonderful scene that is really our favorite quote. That is not a quote, that is a truism of life. Unstoppable force meets an immovable object, or is it the other way around? And what he also knows, and what I'm saying, what we're talking about, the harmony, unfortunately, everything finds its harmony. So if evil exists, it will find harmony with the good, because evil was grown from that. That's a child of good. It's not the opposite of good. And the Joker and the telling of that, and if Heath Ledger has to say these words, and he's got to say them with such conviction, he's got to understand something about humanity. Holy cow, I understand the headspace. Because knowing the truth about what people are like. So yeah, we can say, well, the Joker failed. But I think that maybe Heath Ledger knew the reality. Anyway, so that's The Dark Knight. This movie is art.
Yeah.
This should be studied.
Mm-hmm.
It is something to study. So if you haven't watched it, please do watch it.
I don't see why. If you haven't watched it, don't talk to me.
Yeah, this is art. Yeah. You need to watch it.
Yeah.
highly recommended for any reason.
Yeah.
I think that's all we can say about it. The Joker, everything the Joker does, everything Heath Ledger does in this movie just eats all the scenes. He, to the point that we did forget about Harvey Dent, even though Aaron Eckhart deserved accolades for it. And Bruce, Christian Bale plays Bruce as Bruce needs to be played, and Batman needs to be played in this movie, as to why we can be convinced as to why he makes the choice, and it is solely Bruce's choice to do this. He did the right thing because he knew he could. He had the money to go and protect himself, to hide behind, but he did the right thing. And everyone's beating themselves up about it. And I know why Gordon is, because Gordon was personally affected. But, you know, and that's why, and who saved him, and so I understand Gordon's angst. So Bruce just said, I'm taking it, because I can. I'm a fucking rich motherfucker, can't tell you that, so don't feel too sorry for me. But it's annoying, you know, because in the real world, that's not what happens. So now we get to The Dark Knight Rises.